Hey guys, welcome to Life Lab's food lessons. So this week what we're going to be doing is going over nutrition label reading. So we're going to go through a few different products and how to read the nutrition labels on them so that when you're going to the grocery store and picking out different foods, you're able to look at the labels and compare and know what you're really finding in that food and how to make the best healthy choice. Okay, so food label, we have four things that are going to usually show up on there. A nutrition fact section, which is usually in that box that has all your information in there. An ingredient list. Health or nutrition claims. Those are the last two things. So sometimes they're on there, but they're not always on there. So those are things we can watch for as well. Okay, so starting with nutrition facts. So that's everything in this box here. So we've got a loaf of bread here, and the first thing that we're going to look for is the amount of food that's specified. So this says per 2 slices or 17 grams. Then the next thing we're looking for on here is the calories. So that's usually the next thing underneath. So 180 calories is what that's showing. So that would be per 2 slices. The next section is all the amount of, the calories, and then the 13 core nutrients. So that's all these ones that fall underneath of that. All right, so taking into your fat, your carbs, protein, sugar, all of those types of things. All right, and then the actual amount of the nutrient. So if we look at our nutrient here, such as fat, it gives us an amount which is 3 grams. Okay, and then the other thing that it's going to show us is, the percent daily value, and that's these percentages down along the side. So it's telling us that there are 3 grams of fat in the 2 slices of bread, and that is 5% of our daily value. Now the daily value is based on recommendations for a healthy diet. So often that depends on the caloric amount that you're intaking, of course, but this is kind of on an average diet. It's saying that this would have 5% of your daily fat from those 2 slices of bread. All right, so we're going to be using the nutrition facts to compare different items, or similar items rather. So if we had 2 different types of bread, or packages of bread, we can look at the nutrition fact label on each one and compare those different things on there. So we'd want to be watching carefully for the serving size that's shown on here. So on this particular package of bread, it says 2 slices. On another package of bread though, it might only be 1 slice and a different gram. So we need to watch those 2 things when we're comparing so that we can kind of see if things are in line, all right? And one's not double a serving over the other. You can also use this to look for foods with certain ingredients or certain nutrient types. So if you're looking for something with maybe more fiber in it, so one bread over a different bread, you can compare the 2 by using this nutrient facts section here. Okay, the other thing that we're watching for is the percent daily values. So we were talking about that. Now, those don't necessarily mean a lot when you're looking at that. It says 5% or 11%. What does that mean? Well, you can kind of think of it in the way that if something says 5%, that's usually a little amount of that nutrient for your whole daily value. Or if it says 15% or higher, you can use that as meaning a lot of that nutrient per your daily amount again. All right, so going on to the next thing with food labels is the ingredient list. So we've got some yogurt here. We've got our ingredients listed here. Now all ingredients are listed by weight from the most to the least. It's also good for people with allergies because it will show certain things in the food, such as like if there's added, peanuts or nut products, wheat, soy, things like that. Okay, so the ingredient list is a really good tool to look at, a good part of the nutrition information. Like I said, we're looking at weight, so it goes from most to least. So we want to watch and make sure that sugar, isn't in one of those top categories there on the top of the list. So sugar can also be shown as sucrose, glucose, sugar, maltodextrin, corn syrup, etc., stuff like that. So we want to watch for those types of words being in there, and we don't want them too high up on that list. We like to see things like the part skim milk on there first. That's it for food labels. So hopefully this helps to clarify a few things. I know there's so much information out there. It can be pretty confusing when looking and comparing. So hopefully this helps to kind of dispel some of that information and make it simpler for you to make healthy choices.